Sveiki, this is the second lesson of Lithuanian grammar. It's about the accusative case, which is one of the 7 cases of nouns in Lithuanian. Now, you've got these cases, and in English, to express a thought, you use a preposition and a noun, for example. And in Lithuanian, instead of using the preposition and the noun, you use only the noun, except that the noun's ending is changed. So one of the cases is accusative or galininkas. It's the first case for you to learn because it's very common and it's very important. So some verbs require their objects to be in this case. For example, čia yra namas. Here is the house. It's namas is in its nominative case. So because it's the subject of the sentence. Now, matau namą, I see the house. Nama is the object of this sentence. So you've got to use it in its accusative case, not in its nominative case. You never use the nominative case in this type of sentences. Matyti ką, to see what? Nouns in some fixed expressions are in this case. For example, einu į banką. Einu į banką, I'm going to the bank. E means to, and not einu į bankas, but einu į banką. So it's just a fixed expression, you need to know it. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and seasons. Overall, the nouns of time, for example, Thursday, Wednesday, autumn, week, day, hour. Trečiadienį buvau Vilniuje. I was in Vilnius on Thursday. It's in its accusative case because the nominative case is trečiadienis. But when you say on Thursday, like I said, you use a preposition and the noun. In Lithuanian, you use only the noun with its ending changed. So the formation is this. Now, the nominative case. Okay, then a noun. If you take any noun in Lithuanian language, it must have an ending, and it can have this ending us, or this ending or this is, and so on. It can have these types of endings. Now, if its ending is us, in the accusative case, it changes to a. But if its ending is it changes to a. So different endings change to even different endings. So, but the most common ones I've shown, the worth learning ones, these 5 first ones. This case is very simple. Don't skip this case because it's very common, very important. So let's see. If there is step 1, if there is an s letter, drop it. Second step 2. If there is now you've got a vowel at the end of the word, lengthen it. So a changes to a nosne, a different letter. A changes to a, although a is already long, but it changes to a. Short I changes to e, and so on. So I'll read the examples. Namas, nama. Saulė, saulę. Dantis, dantį. Mama, mama. Lokys, lokį. Vanduo, vandenį. Šuo, šunį. Marti, pati. Marčia, pačia. You see, exception with the word dog, šuo. This is house, son, tooth, mom, beer, water, dog, and wife, and mother-in-law, something like that. Okay, now the plural. If you're a beginner, don't learn this plural, these endings, because there are even more endings. So these are the endings. And if you're an advanced learner, you can look at this table like a reference when you're writing a text and so on. So I'll read those. Namai, namus. Saulės, saulės. Dantys, dantis. Mamos, mamas. Lokiai, lokius. Vandenys, vandenis. Marčios, pačios, marčias, pačias. And have this thing in mind that if the vowel is lengthened, I changes to anosine letter into a different letter, the stress doesn't have to go into the last letter. In fact, most of the times it stays, uh, uh, probably all the time it stays uh, in the beginning of the word, because the stress doesn't have to move. So instead of saying saula, you say saula, because the nominative case is saule. So be aware of the stress. Thank you for listening.